Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here, we actually have a 8-cast mirror, I believe. I don't think this is actually Bomberman or the Mog Fanatic. A Force of Will on Emery. He is out of there. Chalice at 0. Where's the Saga picking up? Chalice at 0. Oh, actually scooping. Wow, that was very fast. So with Chalice at 0 out, I mean, it's not really. I mean, it hurts your opponent, but also hurts you when you're in that mana strapped position. Can't really speak with any authority on this mirror match, especially given the new cards that have been added to the archetype. I mean, it's kind of a new archetype, period. 8 cast is similar to some other builds that we've seen in the past, but distinct in a few other ways, getting a much bigger board presence. While it may feel kind of like old Gush decks, having a bunch of draw twos available to them instead, you have to build up a bunch of artifacts, decrease the cost for your thought monitors and your thought casts, and also allow you to cast the new Blastoise. We saw pitch to Force of Will there. Nothing bad to say about that card. Even pitches to Force. Synod, the Retrofitter Foundry. That's a super dangerous card that can run away with the game. Certainly gives you a whole bunch of extra artifacts. Very easy to create servos and then to upgrade those servos as needed. Ooh, Emery sticks. That's really powerful engine. Sai snags a Force of Will. We will really drag this game out. Okay, forcing back. So we've got Sai versus Emery. Fortunately, she's not a planeswalker. Can't attack her to get her out of there. She just sits there, generating value every single turn. Got a Chalice at 0. I allows this Chalice to be sacrificed if need be. And there's the Blastoise himself, Kappa Cannoneer, the new printing. Really the reason to be playing this deck right now. Improvise, Ward 4, which is practically hexproof. Sometimes better. And any spell or ability targeting him, they get countered unless extra 4 mana is spent. And it's also worth noting, whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, gets a +1/+1 counter and can't be blocked this turn, he counts himself. So he's actually a 5/5 for the most part. Kind of comes in automatically modified for the themes of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Cares about whether or not creatures have enchantments or counters on them or equipment. This guy just comes in ready to party. You see the cannon on his back. Unblockable. Retrofitter is going to be able to pop out a artifact every single turn. 1/1 blockers normally would be pretty good at crowd control. side typically would have an opposing threat, fairly well handled. Be able to throw these 1/1s in front of like a Gurmag Angler or something along those lines. More topical, I suppose, would be Murktide Regent. That huge body just kind of nullified as Sai continues to spit out more and more Thopters, but now it's trying to race this turtle, which is going to be so difficult. Turtle's going to have him dead in 2 turns. Thoughtcast. Feels devastating when you draw 2 and your opponent only has 1 card left in hand. That feels like a lot. Artifact lands. Also pumping up the Kappa. And near death. Down to just 4. Some counter magic in hand. Just needs to hold on for 1 turn. I'm going to cash in these baubles to draw some more cards. Like Matt's considering sacrificing some artifacts to draw. So I don't really know what he can draw into that'll nullify this threat. Has anything. Urkel's Recall is really the only thing that comes to mind. A Bauble trigger. Another Ancient Tomb, not going to be of use. Shadow Spear is a good effort. This will give some lifelink potential. No, that's going to do it. A counterspell stops it. Force a negation as Mog takes it down in a mirror match. And get used to seeing this turtle. This is a really cool deck. Doesn't have any reserve list cards in it. So this is very affordable. It's probably cheaper than a modern deck.